So I've never actually done a video like this. This is going to be interesting. This is all going to be about Dior and what's about to happen with Dior. And hopefully my channel doesn't get taken down for the pictures that I'm going to put up, because I've seen these pictures elsewhere. I've seen other people post about this, so I feel like it should be safe now. I've seen others do swatches about what's coming in Dior. I have like a ton of pictures and things over on Patreon, and I've had them over there for a while. So this is going to be a more limited look at the pictures. However, I am going to talk about what's coming for Dior in June. And what I would suggest for those of you who have been like waiting to pick up certain pieces from Dior makeup, or we're wondering like, should I be saving for things that are coming in June or the summer? This will hopefully help you with all that. Okay, for those of you who do not know, Dior is reformulating their eyeshadows. They just reformulated their eyeshadows 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago. I know this because when I started my channel, March 3 years ago, 2020, literally is when COVID happened and everything shut down. That was a total coincidence. But Dior changed their formula. They changed their eyeshadow formula. They changed a couple of other things. And I went from somebody who liked Dior to someone who loved Dior eyeshadow. Like, it may be my favorite. It could be my favorite overall formula for a brand. Like, their eyeshadows are outstanding. And I'm talking about their quints, their 5 shadows. Now, they do have different formulas, some that are more iridescent, luminosity is more pronounced, some that have more shimmers. They came out with some matte ones, that type of thing. But the formula had pine oil, aloe in it, and just super comfortable in the eyes, wore all day. I mean, love it. Loved it so much that I literally bought every single quint that has come out since March 2020. Literally, every one. I have all of them. Even the ones that were hard to find, that I had to get overseas. I have all of them. So when I heard about this, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Because I'm concerned. I'm not gonna say that I'm panicking, because again, it's makeup, things come and go. You gotta learn in life, right? You can't have things forever. But I am concerned because I really do really like this formula. And I don't know why they're doing it. I haven't gotten an answer about that. I'm gonna assume it has something to do with product and possibly supply chain and money. So let's talk a little bit about what I know. So I know that they are going to have a new case. It looks like the CD on the side here, where you see that like the strip. The CD is going to be like a separate thing, and so that when you open it up, the CD will like be on the top case, and then you'll close it down and it'll sort of snap into place. At least that's what it looks like from the pictures. It's going to be flower infused for a lastingly more beautiful regard, which obviously has been translated so it doesn't quite fit. But I think what they're saying is it's flower infused to have some type of longevity. Flower infused, I don't know what that means. It says iconic creamy texture, so I feel like it's iconic and so it won't change, because iconic seems to indicate to me that you've had it before, because it's iconic. So if it's iconic, why are you changing it? Very worried. Again, not panicked, but worried. They are breaking the eyeshadows down into 4 categories, which I'll talk about. The mascara, the overcurl mascara, is going to be refillable. I hope they don't change that formula. I'll be really so annoyed. They are saying it's 90% natural, clean, 24-hour volume. So in my opinion, and this is just me, I'm going to buy my overcurl mascara now and put 2 of them away. That's going to be in brown, blue, and there's going to be one that's dark green, which I think sounds lovely, but again, I'm very worried. The black shows are refillable. The others don't show as refillable. I don't know if they're all refillable, but 90% natural clean. Again, I'm not against clean beauty, guys. Clean beauty is great. I don't know what it's going to do, the formula, what they're removing, I don't know. And then the Backstage Rosy Glow, the blush. Now, I only have this in 1 shade. There are 2 shades currently, Rosy Glow, and I think the other one's peach or something. I'll put up a picture. But the point is, this is the only one I have. It's pink. There's going to be 4 new shades introduced into the collection to add to the 2 that already exist. This shade and then the peach one. It's either peach or coral. I can't really remember. This is a great formula, and this particular blush is actually very popular. So I'm not surprised that they're adding to this. The blush is not super pigmented. All the Backstage products, which again I've mentioned in other videos, seems odd to me because it's like the runway, but none of them are super pigmented. I find them to be less pigmented than their regular line, but yeah, it's a very pretty blush. In fact, I love the shade, and I've used this for years. I keep meaning to get the peach or coral or whatever it is one, and then I always forget. It's talc-free, skin-fusing, long-lasting. Again, I don't know what that means. There will also be lip glow, lip oil in 3 new shades. I have the maximizers now, and I have like 30 of them, so I'm good, but interesting. All right, so let's talk about the 4 groups. There's nude color creations, copper, pink, and smoky. 4 nude, 3 copper, 2 pink, 3 smoky. Many of them have the name that already exists. So I don't know if their plan, but with different numbers, okay? So I don't know if their plan is to just reformulate and have the same shades, or reformulate and change the shades. I have seen some samples, some swatches online of a comparison between, I think it was Poncho and Poncho. I'll explain in a minute what I mean. And they did look slightly different, but similar. So I don't know. I don't know if these are going to completely be gone. And I also don't know if these are going to be the only shades they have. So the total 4, there's 4, 3, 2, and 3. So that means 12 quints. I don't know if they're just going to have the 12 quints and they're going to get rid of everything else. Or this will be the core line and there'll be other things. I don't know. So again, in my opinion, if you've been waiting, there's that special quint that you definitely want and you know you want it, I would get it now. I am not, again, if you haven't watched my channel before, by the way, hi, my name is Jennifer. I am not here to make you buy things or to try to get you to buy things, but this reminds me of the Chanel blush situation where the Chanel blushes went away and then they're like, oh, it's the exact same formula. It is not the exact same formula. And even the shades with the same name, it is not the same. And I wish I had known. I mean, I do have all of them now. Some of them I had to get by extreme means, older versions. But my point is, like, I would have wanted someone to come on and tell me, hey, your favorite things are going away. They did with the Giorgio Armani balms too. But anyway, okay. So, and that's why I'm here. All right. So, nude dress, $6.49. Soft cashmere, $6.69. Poncho, $5.59. And grand ball, $5.39. I had pictures go up for each one of those, but they came down relatively quickly. Again, I'm not going to have long. You can do a screen. You can hit pause. You can. So those are the nude dress, soft cashmere, poncho, and grand ball. I have all of them because, like I said, I have every quint that's come out in the last 3 years, and some of the numbers are the same. I'm looking to see if the numbers are all the same. Yeah, the numbers are all the same actually on all these. Okay, so nude dress, soft cashmere, poncho, grand ball, all have the same numbers. I changed the numbers. The numbers do change on some other ones, but I'll explain in a minute. So yeah, all the same numbers, same names. Whether or not they'll be the same formula though, I don't know. Or the same colors. I don't think they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be, when they say reformulated, I think they're gonna change it. So, all right, here's nude dress. Nude dress is a really beautiful, warm neutral. I do have a video where I showed like all the Dior quints I had up to that point. I did it earlier on, so it's not every single quad, but it's a lot of them, so you can see the looks, and I'll hopefully link it here so you guys can see if you want to check out these before. This is $6.69 soft cashmere. It's what I have on my face today. I'd say it's a cool leaning neutral palette. Soft cashmere is a great name for it. I think it's fitting. Poncho. Poncho is very similar to Tribal. They came out, and I can't remember, I think it's Poncho was the one that was available overseas and then Tribal was here, or vice versa. So a lot of people don't have both Poncho and Tribal. Poncho 559 seems to be the one that they are reformulating. Grand Ball, which is one of my favorites, 539, which was not originally my favorite because you don't get like a ton of different looks with it, but honestly the look is so beautiful that it's fine. This is a beautiful, beautiful quint. The formula is stunning and the shades are perfect. They mesh perfectly together on the eye. So those are the nudes. Those are what the nudes are going to be in the new collection. Copper is going to be Mitza, Toy de Joy, and Red Tartan. Let me look at the numbers here. 689, 429, 673. Okay, now Tartan will be different. All right, so Mitza is a very warm-leaning reddish quint. Not one of my favorites, but it is a beautiful look, especially if you like a warmer look. Toy de Joy has more of that, I'd say a little bit more neutral. The shade is very warm-leaning, but the rest, you know, you get sort of a peachy neutral look. Again, they're calling this the Coppers. And then the last one, Red Tartan, the number now will be 673. This is 869 because this was done for the matte collection, Red Tartan. So it's a little bit different. So I'm going to assume that this one will be different in the shades because, again, this was made for this matte collection and the number is different. So, again, though, I don't really know for any of these how they're going to change them. I just know that they've decided they're going to change them and they say reformulated. So, okay. So then pink, they call it pink color creations, Plum Tutu, which doesn't exist, and Rose Tulle, which, as I went through my collection and I might have missed it, but doesn't exist. So Plum Tutu is 183 and Rose Tulle is 743. There is, however, a Plum Tulle and there is a Tutu. So I think what they did is they took Plum Tulle and they've made it Rose Tulle, and they've taken Tutu and made it Plum Tutu. Maybe. Possibly. But the shades do look different. Plum Tutu, to me, anyway, I mean, again, it's hard to tell, looks like Plum Tulle. That's Plum Tulle. That's what Plum Tutu looks like in the new shot. That's what I see. Again, they're calling this pink though, so the pink colors, I don't know. Like I said, I'll have pictures go up, but again, these pictures aren't, I mean, they're promos, so who knows. And then this is Tutu, which again looks more like the Plum Tutu again in this. Rose Tulle looks like a completely different color story that maybe is based on something else, but there is no Rose Tulle that I saw. Although maybe I missed it. I literally have every single one that's released in the last 3 years, so, you know, maybe I just ran over it. And then the last one they call Smoky Color Creations, which I think is interesting. And they have Denim, Peter Pool, and Khaki. So Denim exists in 279. That's the same shade. Denim is denim. Looks to be the same in the pictures, but again, with reformulation, who knows if the shades will be the same. And then there's Paid de Poule, Poule 073, which looks like Black Bow to me. It's not the same. The colors are in different spaces, but it looks very similar. And Black Bow is 079. So it's not the same. The way the colors are in this picture is different, but it looks very similar. And then Khaki, which I'm going to assume is like Jungle, but again, I don't know that. Here's Jungle, is 343 and Jungle is 579. So, given all of that, again, what would I say? Reformulation means something is changing. Iconic creamy texture, flower infused. I don't know what that means, flower infused. Pine oil and aloe, I mean, they're from plants. Pine technically is from a tree. I mean, it's not flower though, so maybe they're changing the I don't know. I am concerned about the formula will not be the same because it sounds like they're reformulating, it's going to change. You know, maybe the case will be better, whatever. So those are the shades that they say are going to be part of the eyeshadow collection. And again, I don't know if that's just going to be the 12 quints and then everything else goes away, or if this will be an addition to what already exists. I'm going to guess that they're going to replace everything with these 12, these core, and then they'll go forward with the formula as they change it to be whatever the new things are. I mean, that's what they've done before, other brands. So like I said, if there's any of those that I mentioned that you really want, that you've wanted, I would pick them up now. And if there are ones that I did not mention that are still in existence, like some of the new ones that have come out, like Eden Rock or something, those are limited edition anyway, but I would pick them up now because my concern is that when the new reformulation gets launched and they send out the new, the new lines, they will get rid of existing stock. Now, usually what happens is they let existing stock sell and they just don't purchase anymore. That's what happened with Suku. They didn't pull all the melting blushes from the shelves. They let whatever was in circulation sell, and then that was it. They just didn't make any more. I hope that's what Dior does. I hope they leave whatever's in stock allowable for purchase. I hope we can still purchase anything that's out there in circulation. I hope they don't pull whatever's already out there. I think that would be much more expensive, and I don't think they'll do that, but again, I don't know. I don't have any details. And the way you'll know it's new, of course, is because the case is going to be different. I mean, from the pictures, it does look like it's different. So at least you'll know. With the Chanel blushes, the casing was the same, like everything looked the same. The only way you could tell was there was a difference between the text on the back, and then of course, once you used it, you could be like, oh, this is not the old formula. So again, there should be a way to know the new ones versus the old ones if you're in store, and they have both old and new. This is all supposed to happen in June. I don't have specific dates. So we're mid-May now. So I felt it was safe enough to come out with some pictures now because I've seen other people put pictures up. So I feel like if they're going to take me down, they have to take everybody else down. And these things are popping up in other places, not here in the US, but in other places, you've actually seen them, pictures of the actual product. I'm just showing pictures of the promo. So it's not like these aren't pictures of there's actual product out there. I feel like, should be safe to talk about. But we'll see. But yeah, I would say that, and frankly, we can all talk about whatever we want. We just can't, show pictures of things. Yeah, I don't want to create like a frenzy or a sense of like missing out or anything like that. But I would just say, if there is one palette that you really, really have wanted to buy for a long time and you're waiting for a reason, I think this is a pretty good reason. If that's really what you want. And if you don't, if it's not a big deal, then don't worry about it. The new formula comes out and you don't like it, you won't buy it. It's not, again, it's makeup. It's not like the most important thing in life. But I also feel like we should talk about these things if there's something that you really do want before it goes away, to give you an opportunity to do that. As I mentioned with the mascaras, I don't know. It does look like it's being reformulated. The 90% natural clean thing would tell me that. The fact that the black is refillable, I think it's a good thing. I'm not saying that's bad, but I don't know what it will do to the formula. So I am definitely going to buy at least one of the over curls and probably two and stock that away. Now the blushes, it says color reviving technology. So again, I'm going to say that they're new. It's reformulated. I don't know that, but that's what I get from that. Pink still exists. Coral is the other shade I don't have. So I might go pick that up now. And I'm about to leave. When this video goes up, I probably actually will be on vacation overseas. So if I see these things overseas, I'm going to get them and, just buy them there. So the shades for the blush are Berry, Rosewood, Cherry, and Mahogany. They all look beautiful. Love the shades that they chose. The Berry is very much berry. Rosewood, I know I'll love that. Cherry is like a bright cherry pink, and mahogany. I love the mahogany maximizer and the lip oil. So I think that's great. I think it's going to fit in with those products and I'll have it along those lines. So I think that's really excellent. And I definitely will pick those up and try them out for you. If I can get them overseas before I come back and I can show them to all of you, I will. But I actually don't think they'll be overseas, like in main places until June either. So I don't think it's going to be that much faster than here. One other thing to mention, is there's a Backstage Eye palette. Now, I don't know if they're going to do this with all their Backstage Eye palettes. There's just one that they mentioned, and I'm not putting up a picture. I'm just going to say it's 001, and they are taking out the talc. So for those of you who don't want talc in your product, it will be talc free. Again, I don't know what that will do to the formula for any of these things, and I don't know you know, what else they're doing to reformulation. I do know that that particular Backstage palette will be changed, or if it's new, it'll just be brand new and it'll be talc free. So 4 new shades of the color reviving technology custom flush of color blushes, the Rosy Glows, and then the Dior Backstage, they're going to have more shades, which I think is great. That's fantastic. The mascara looks to be reformulated, but definitely there'll be a refillable option. And then the eyeshadows, as I said, there will be 12 quints, nude, copper, pink, and smoky. That might change when it comes to the US. They might have different names. And I talked about what shades they're going to be. They're also going to be Dior Show crayons, eyeliners in different shades. Again, I do have all this stuff over on Patreon. And I'll try those. They look like they're interesting shades, and hopefully they work. I actually don't have too many of the Dior Stylo eyeliners. I have a few in like sparkly shades, which I do like. These are going to be kohl eyeliners, which Dior has had, if I remember correctly, pretty sure. But these are high, like a kohl is a softer, intense liner, smudgeable. So I'm assuming that's what these will be. We'll see. But they look like, you know, like pencils, not automatic. They're, you know, pencils. So, and the brow stylers have already come out, I think. I'm not really sure about that, but there'll be different shades of the brow stylers as well. So that's it for today, guys. Again, not to be like, you know, it's possible the formula will come out, the new formula, and it'll be exactly the same, or very slightly different, or, you know, better. Could be. And I hope that's the case. I really do. I have all the eyeshadows, so I already have them. But for any of you who are like me and are concerned about what they're going to do to the formula, you know, I'll have links down below about where you can find these. I have noticed certain shades have been harder, certain quints have been harder and harder to find. This could be why. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens in June. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.